Hi there, this is Nuno, and this is the video on the latest installment of Facemaker, version 0.95 beta. As usual, we're going to build a watch face using Facemaker, so stay along for the ride. I'll be making a watch face for the latest smartwatch from Amazfit, the GTR2. Although the structure is different from Huawei or Android watch faces, both supported by Facemaker, many of the techniques used here are applicable to any brand and model of watches supported by Facemaker. So yeah, when you first start Facemaker, you'll see this is the interface. We can show the watch that is currently selected, which is the GTR2. You may not see it. You may have, when you first started, you might have watch GT, which by the way was my first smartwatch from Huawei. So as I said, we'll be making a watch face for the newest Amazfit GTR2. So in order to change the watch we'll be using, just go into the preferences and set the default watch model, change it to GTR2 and press submit. You can also set the default author, default designer, and the folder where you'll be exporting your watch faces. These are set by default and then used on your face info dialog, which we'll be seeing in a few minutes. So yeah, these are the interface options and the languages supported by Facemaker. I try to keep them updated and with the latest translations available. You can also change your theme, certain aspects of your of the interface, like the widget outline colors, grid color, guidelines color. You can enable or disable mouse coordinates, which is this information here, and show the shortcuts, which is this information here. You can disable it. You can set some default values, the hours, minutes, and seconds. So when you take a screenshot of your watch face, these are the values that will be used. Okay. Compression, I won't be talking about that because currently compression is only used for Amazfit and Android. Huawei doesn't like heavily compressed images, and it's picky when it comes to color profiles of the images, so keep that in mind. Fonts, this is where you import your custom fonts. These custom fonts can be used on image sets and image combos only. You can't use them on the Huawei text widgets. Those only use fonts from the watch firmware, so keep that in mind. And finally, export options. You can append the model name to the name of the watch face, and you can also select the packager, which is the binary that creates and packages the watch face to be imported onto the watch. Facemaker now features a new packager, which is experimental, but it will in the future replace the Huawei packager altogether. And you can also lock your HWT, which is the watch face theme from Huawei. This is only applicable to Huawei, of course, but you can lock it and give it a password, and no one will be able to extract your images from your watch face. Okay, so this is done. We've selected GTR2 47mm. Let's press submit, and there we go. We have GTR2, and let's start creating our watch face. To start with, we need to add a background image. Okay. Oh, and by the way, we should also define here on the face info the name of our watch face. So it will be called Armor GTR2, and as you see, the author and designer is pre-filled by the values we had in the preferences. Okay, so submit, and also save as. We'll save it as Armor GTR2. Okay, let's add a background container like this, and then inside the container we'll add an image. So for the image, you could perfectly load one of the many background images you have on the library. You can also add your own images to this library and save them. And you could load. See, you can also upload, which is what we'll be doing. I pre-designed a background on GIMP, and this is the image we'll be using for the background. So to load it, you just press upload. And I saved it previously on the desktop. We'll just load it, and there you go. We have the background. Now, I'm finding a little bit distracting the watch in the background, so let's turn it off by pressing View Watch. You can also enable it and disable it by using Control W, like this. Okay, let's proceed. So now that we've added the background, let's lock the layer and add a digital clock here on the upper area. Let's add a dial face and digital dial. On the digital dial, we'll add a hours widget, and we'll press generate. Okay. So this is the graphics generator. So basically, image combo is a collection of images, and this widget in particular uses 0 to 9 images, as you can see when you hover the upload button. So Facemaker generates those images for you if you want, using the fonts you can import here on preferences. So I'm using this one I've imported earlier, and here it is. And let's increase the size. Something like this should work. Yeah, 104. Let's pad it with zeros and align it to the right. So if you press preview, you'll see it's using your system's time. So yeah, let's press preview to stop it and place it more or less with where it will end. So yeah, I think here is good. Let's lock it and add a minutes widget. Press generate, pad it with zeros and align it to the left, and finally just place it. So this is on 47. Let's put it down just a little bit. You can also add borders. In this case I added a 1 pixel border. You might not be able to see it, but if we change the color here and increase the opacity, you'll see what we've done. I reverted back to black, like this. Just keep in mind you can use borders, and you can also give it a fill using gradients. We have some pre-saved gradients here. As you can see, you can change the gradient direction and even the gradient type by using, in this case, a radial gradient. Maybe using another one. Yeah. You see what it does. This is gonna go. Okay, let's use the same gradient. I think I saved it. Yeah, and it's here. Just keep in mind you can also give it a solid color. You just need to remove these colors here, and to remove them, you grab and pull down to remove like this. So, and to give it a solid color, you just need to use two color stops and have them have the same color, like this. There you go, it's a solid color. But in this case, we'll be using a gradient, so let's select it. It's done, and let's move on. I think digital dial is done. Here in this space over here, we'll be adding the date. So to add the date to the watch face, we'll first need to add a date container. On the date container, you add weekday and press generate. Okay, this is a little bit on the large side. Let's make it much smaller. Maybe, I don't know, 35. I think it will work. Weekday is done. Let's add the month day and press generate. Pad it with zeros and center align it. Okay, maybe 145. And this is done. Lock it. Month and generate. Place it. Done. Lock and add the year and generate. And there you go. Let's unlock them. I think I need to make some adjustments. Let's say, yeah. We need to distribute better these widgets here. Okay, I think this is good. Yeah, it will work. It's not perfect by any means, but it will work. Let's proceed. First, lock the layer, collapse it, and now we'll be adding those two dots you usually see between the hours and the minutes, and we can do this by adding a artistic text on the background container. Insert two dots there. Let's make the size a little bit larger and just place it like this. And we're done. We can lock it. Okay, let's proceed. So next we're adding 3 widgets here. These will represent maybe calories. This one battery, and this one will be, I don't know, steps. Yeah, let's go with steps. So yeah, to do that we have to add a activity container. So press it and then insert calories subcontainer, and on the calories subcontainer we'll add a circle. So for the circle we can use images. In this case, since it's simple watch face, a simple circle. I mean, we'll be using a color, and that's enough. So first make it flat. You'll see the tip is no longer curved. And set the color. We'll set it to red. And now let's try to, match the circle that is beneath. I think 4 or 5 should do the trick. So let's zoom in. Yeah, it looks to be just a little bit on the large side. So let's make it smaller. Yeah, maybe, yeah, smaller. Stop the preview, and I think this is perfect. Okay, so it's 4 for the line width and 95 for the diameter. Okay, this will be the calorie circle. You can just lock it now, and let's add the other circles. So this one will be blue and will be for the battery. So let's go and add battery circle, and let's use a lighter blue, and like this. Make it flat, 5 pixels or 4, I can't remember. Yeah, 4. Okay, so 4 and 95 for the diameter. Let's place it like this and preview. Yeah, it will work. This one is done, and let's proceed into the steps. So add steps, add circle. It's all rinse and repeat. So 495, make it flat, and use a nice green color. Just place it and preview. Yeah, maybe 1 pixel down should, yeah, this is perfect. Okay, we have the circles all done. Let's return into the calories and add a image combo. And like before, generate, padded with zeros and center align. Let's make it much smaller, something like, I don't know, 36 or even 35. Let's go with 32, press preview. Yeah, and this should do it. Yeah, this is nice. Just a little bit upwards, and we may proceed. So let's add now the battery image combo and generate, padded with zeros, center aligned, and let's place it. Okay, and finally the steps, image combo, generate, padded with zeros and center line. I think it was 292, yeah. Now center it and place it, and it's all done. We have the numeric values. I shall be adding a label for each of this of these widgets here. Right now we'll just lock them, and we'll add the weather information first here in the bottom. So to add the weather, let's go into activity, weather, add a weather image set, and then press generate. And these are the embedded icons that Facemaker has available, but you can use your own. You just upload them here. It's 29, and you can see what each and every one of them represent if you press generate. Yeah. These are the images and the order they must be in order to work correctly, so keep that in mind. Yeah, let's make it just a little bit smaller and place it here. This should work, I think, and it's more or less centered. So yeah, lock it and add a temperature image combo, press generate, and there you go. Center, align it. Let's make it smaller because it looks huge. 35 might work. Something like this. Maybe we could, yeah, this should work. I think 32 is good because it matches the font used here for these. Okay, let's add the minimum temperature. Press generate, left aligned, place it here. Something like this. And finally, oh, by the way, just keep locking the layers. Maximum temperature, generate, align to the right, just place it. Yeah. Let's just make a slight adjustment here on the weather. Press generate and make it just a tiny bit larger. Let's see. Yeah, this will work, I think. Okay, it's done. Let's lock it, collapse it, and now we'll return to these widgets here. We want to give it a label so you know what you're looking at when you look at the watch. So to do this, we'll add some images on the background container. In this case, we'll add an artistic text, and so the first one is calories, so we call it kcals, like this. Let's use the font we're used to. We need to make it circular and rotate it by 180 degrees. Let's just pull it up and make it much smaller, something like 25 or maybe 20. And now the diameter, let's make it 80, maybe less, 70, sorry, 70, so 70, still large, 60, 50, and let's make the font smaller also. Now you see what we're aiming at. We're trying to make a curved text that will fit in here, and I think this will work. Let's instead of remaking all the steps with it, let's just clone the widget 2 times. And let's lock the others. And now we can simply drag and drop here. And finally, this one. Let's drag and drop here. Now we just need to edit the text. So here it's battery, I think. Sorry, battery, and this one steps. And you should also maintain the layers correctly named, because this can get messy pretty fast. So try to give them names. And by the way, don't do as I am doing. Just keep saving what you do. So yeah, just like this and press save. And there you go. This is our, inside the guides, this is our watch face, what we have until now. And now I think that we only have to add the clock hands. So this will be a hybrid watch face. So being hybrid, it has digital and analog time. So to add analog time, just go into the dial face, main container, add an analog dial, and press hours. And we have a what we call a rotary. You could import from the library. Facemaker has dozens of clock hands you can use. But we'll be generating using the latest functionality of Facemaker to generate clock hands. So press it, and at first you'll have this simple shape. So okay, we need to add a hand center like this. The hours clock hand usually is larger than the others. Let's use something like 16. Also increase the center like this. And you should try to use even numbers here and here, because it will give you better results. It will all look centered if you use even values. Okay, so let's give it a tip and make it the same width as the hand body, like that. You can make it higher or lower, like that. Okay, and let's make it just a little bit longer, like this. Let's add a border, 1 pixel border, and it looks a little bit harsh. So let's lower the opacity like this. And yeah, this should work. And we have the hours hand. Let's add minutes. Generate. And as before, we'll define the width like this. Add a center. Add a border with 1 pixel. Make it slightly less opaque. Something like this will work. And let's make it longer and more or less the same length on the tail here. Let's increase the center also. We need to make way for the seconds hand too. So let's add a tip. And the tip will make it arrowy like this. Make it look like an arrow. Just perhaps make it a little bit shorter. And this down. Okay, so you may also see that we have given it a gradient fill, and this one we'll try to make as if it had a shadow here, so something like that. Yeah, let's add this to the favorites, and that way we can use it on the hours too. So press generate and switch to the one we saved right here. So all that's left is the seconds clock hand, so let's add it and press generate. And this one we're going to be using a red gradient. Perhaps this one, I don't know, we may need to adjust it. So yeah, make it longer like this. I'll pull it up. Longer still. Yeah, and this should do it. Let's add a border with 1 pixel and make it more transparent. And now let's just tweak the gradient we used here. Let's add one here like this, and yeah, I think this will work. Let's preview. Yeah, not working at all. Let's just adjust the pivot like this and like this, and preview, and there you go. And this watch face is nearly done, as you can see. Let's enable the watch and see how it will look in the end. Now all that's left for us to do is, you know, I might make the second hand a little bit longer. Let me see. So it goes up all the way up to the perimeter. No, this is too much. Something like this should work. So preview. We need to adjust the pivot. Just, yeah, and preview. Okay, now this is working. So all that's left for us to do is add a always on display. The always on display is what shows when this screen over here turns off. So usually these smartwatches turn off the screen after a few seconds, and you can set it on the watch preferences. In this case, Amazfit has the always on display, which will appear when this one turns off. Okay, so we'll add a simple digital clock, and by using the dial face subcontainer digital dial and adding hours, we'll press generate and make it much bigger. Something like 150 should work. Let's enable the guidelines. Okay, so minutes, generate. Remember to pad it with zeros. this one too, and align it to the right. Okay, and let's add a, now let me see, a background artistic text, and add the commas. Oh, sorry. You see, this is why you should always lock your layers as you go along. This way they won't get in the way. So okay, almost done. And preview. Okay, not a work of art, but it should work. Let's save first. So save. And I think we're finished. So first you can render a screenshot of your watch model, of your watch face. And this is just a preview of what each property does. So you want the watch, you want the reflection. It mimics the glass reflection, and you can also generate an animation. So just keep in mind, this is just a representation of the final product. It won't mimic your watch face. It just shows what it does, what each option does. So yeah, we're gonna render a representation of the watch face, and the reflection. Just press submit. And we've exported the screenshot, and this is what came out. And this you can share in any forum or on Telegram, whatever you like. So let's go back here and finally check if everything is alright. So yeah, we have the name, we have the folder which we'll be exporting to, and now we can press export. And there you go, all exported. Facemaker usually exports and keeps all the images it exported, so you can see what it has done. You'll also notice it generates only one set of images by avoiding repetition. So these 9 digits are used by these 4 widgets here, these 2 widgets I mean, because they're the same, so he's basically recycling them. Okay, so yeah, this is the watch face you'll need to import into your watch. It's a bin file. For Amazfit it's a bin. For Huawei it's a HWT, and for Android it's a folder with images, and you just copy the folder. Okay, so yeah, we're done. This is, oh, by the way, sorry, you could and you should always generate here on the background a preview. This preview will be shown on your watch when you're selecting a watch face. So you can upload your own image. I could have generated on GIMP and export it to import here, or you can press snapshot here, and Facemaker will generate one image for you, and this image will be used to when you're selecting the watch face on your watch, and this is what will show this image over here. Okay, so this is done. As I said, this is no work of art. I'm not a designer, but this will allow you, I hope, this will allow you to learn a little bit more how to work with Facemaker. Very soon I'll be making another narrated video showing how to make shortcuts for Huawei. I have been asked lately by many users how to do them, and I think the best way to explain will be to make a narrated video. So this is done. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to know how to get Facemaker, please read the video description. All you have to do is donate to the project. It's a small value, so you get a lifetime license, and you can use Facemaker to make your own lovely watch faces. Okay, and this is the final result on the watch. You'll see this is the AOD, the O is on display, and when you click or turn your wrist, it will show the watch face itself. A few seconds after, it will return to the O is on display. So thank you very much for watching. I see you all on the next one. Bye.